Hi all, my name is Christopher Emmanuel. I'm the owner of Cashflow Networks. I'm an accountant and tax agent by trade. That's my business. But what I really want to talk about today is the why. Why I'm doing this. What I really want to do. What I'm inspired to do. In my life, I've never really been taught about money or business, but I can see that my family always longing for success, for abundance, and yet we're lucky enough to survive. We're not poor, but we're not successful, so kind of mediocre, I believe. So I've always have in my passion the desire to become successful, whatever it is at that time. I didn't really know what success means. I didn't even know what it should be. So along the way, I come to know numbers more closely. I mean, it's because of the job that I've always involved with. In the early days of my uni, I helped my dad with his business, so I deal with the numbers, I deal with the accounting system in the business, so I kind of understand about the numbers. And then with the uni, I ended up in business degree, and then with my master degree, I ended up in professional accounting, which then I have a lot of experience came to me through the lectures, and which then I started my own business as a bookkeeper, and then developed from there to become an accountant. But along my journey, I come to understand that, accounting, tax agent, taxation, business, accounting is not sexy in that sense alone, but the numbers, I kind of get if you can say, I kind of have an affair with numbers now, because I find numbers is very, 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 very sexy, very interesting. It's very fascinating, because all I can see in life is numbers. All I can see in this world is numbers. There is nothing in this world that we cannot convert into numbers, whether it's a scientific numbers, whether it's actually mathematical numbers, or from accounting point of view. Numbers is everywhere. Our life is basically just numbers, and unfortunately we are never taught the right way, and we are never taught in school about our numbers, about our life numbers. So it's kind of this is the one that really kind of give me the perspective in life, that we need to know our numbers, because without knowing the numbers, how can then we make a plan? How can then we manage our lives? Because whether you like it or not, numbers are in your life. Whether you like it or not, you always deal with numbers. I had to say, when someone says, oh, money is not a matters, money is not important for us, it's not everything. Yes, it is right. but money is one of the important part of our lives. Without money, we cannot buy things. Without money, we cannot then improve our lifestyle. And money in the actual in the in the format is numbers. So technically your life is numbers. So this is where I get very, very passionate to teach people, to teach everyone about numbers. It's not a very difficult or complex numbers. Our life is technically a simple numbers. My life, for example, my life is an $80,000 to $100,000 a year. So then that's my life. That's my income life, let's say. It's not yet big, but this is my journey. This is my story of why I become an accountant, of why then I found the passion to actually teach this with people. Because once I know my numbers, then you need to know what is the numbers, there are two numbers. Let me just rephrase that. There are two numbers in our lives. The positive numbers and the negative numbers. As you know, there's an income and expenses. So it's a cash flow. So technically it's a cash flow. So in and out. But your actual number is your negative numbers. That's your numbers. So let's say I'm wearing, every day every day I took a bath. Every day I took, I soap myself. That's numbers. Let's say the soap is actually, $10, $15, and you can use it for 5 months. Then it's actually $3 a day that you use. So that's one of the area, right? So that's the negative numbers. That's, if I can say, that's the negative numbers. That's the out numbers rather than the in number. So what is your in number and what is your out number? You need to know both of them. The in number should be easy enough because if you're working, then you know your in number. But the out number is the one that really most people ignore because they think that's not important, or technically they know it's important but they ignore it to actually measure it, which is weird from my point of view, because how can then if you want to be successful or if you want to achieve something, how can then if you don't know the out number and only the in number? So my point here, this is my why. My message to everyone is we need to know our number, the in and out, and thus your net numbers. The net numbers will become your numbers. And that's what my message is all about. So next, in my next video, I will talk about more what I feel about my journey. This is as well my video log about my journey in my life, in my success. This is my journey to my success. Every success is different for everyone, but this is my journey. I just want to share it with everyone. I just want to be open. I just want to be true to myself and true to you all, that this is how I'm dealing with my life. This is how I'm doing it. I'm not perfect. I'm still doing it. I'm still tweaking everything in my life and and fine tuning it. It's hard at this stage, to be honest. It's hard. Everything seems to be not where I wanted, but it's working that, it's working towards that. um I'm not, I used to have the image, I used to be ashamed of, you know doing something that is, because accounting and tax have the image of a high profile, job or business. And every time I mention I'm an accountant, I have my own firm in accounting and tax, everyone was, oh, you're successful. Not necessarily, not necessarily there yet, but yeah, this is my life, this is my story. I started my accounting practice since 2004, and technically I focus on the business since 2012 or 13, but yet I'm in a time where I felt like the growth of my big business is static now, because I need to actually refine the structure. But I'm not ashamed, I'm not ashamed of whatever it is now. I have accepted my true, the truth in my life. I have accepted that this is the truth in my life. This is the condition that I have been put in, and I will not complain, I will not whinge about it. And I have to say, during this period, I have to find other avenue to keep the cash flow going, because I have expenses, I have things, I have operation to pay, and I have my family. My family is growing. Unfortunately, I have, yes, it will not grow in the quantity anymore, but in the value, like in the value that, the out value, the out value that with my family, it will grow, because my children is growing up. My son's now already 13 years old, and he's already in the high school, which the more expenses will come, which is now his 5 years left to go before he goes to uni, and I have to prepare myself about uni, because I really wanted to actually be the best, prepare the best for my family. And my youngest, my daughter is 6 years old now this year, which then, the expenses in education will go up. And again, it's kind of sad in that way. As much as I want to have in what I'm having right now, in my goals, I am not there yet, but I'm working my ass off now. Yes, I don't really care what other people saying. I'm finding other avenue to actually provide cash flow. So yeah, so I'm trying my best at the moment. Sorry guys, there is someone, there are father and daughter taking a picture, so I have to just be quiet for a second. But yeah, so I'm finding other avenue, like I'm doing Uber Eats delivery, and then I'm doing other type means of avenue as well. I'm getting my mortgage broker license already, trying to develop that as a business as well, to actually support the business in the long run, because I know mortgage broker, accounting, tax agent, it's a no-brainer combination for me. So yeah, I'm doing it. But this is where what I'm trying to say is, because I know my numbers, I know my numbers, I know what my out numbers, and I know what my in numbers. So I need to find any means available for me to actually create more ins if there are more out. You know what I'm saying? So if you know that you have more out than in, you need to find something. You need to do something different to achieve. And while doing that as well, you need to keep the net, in the sense of the net, which is the one that you kept after the out value, growing. So yeah, so my message to all of you: find your numbers. What is your in? What is your in value? What is your out value? And what is the net value of your life? This is Christopher Emmanuel. I'm the owner of Cashflow Networks. Thank you.